Hey guys, welcome back to Comic Talk, where today we are continuing the series on this channel where I watch each and every episode of Batwoman, Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, Black Lightning. I'm watching each and every episode leading up to the crossover. If you miss an episode, links will be in the description. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below. And if you're not new to the channel, if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Love you guys. Welcome back. So today we are discussing Supergirl Season 5, Episode 4. Okay, so I'm going to go, again, this is one of those where it's just a whole bunch of people having different plot points. Jimmy is, from the last episode, if you remember, Jimmy is taking his sister to their hometown or whatever to protect him from John's brother. We find out that John is responsible for what his brother's doing. He's the one who wiped his father's mind and wiped his brother's mind, his own mind, to better. He was a younger guy, so he was, trying to protect himself. He was doing it for himself. He committed the biggest sin in Martians or whatever. So they thought it was his brother who did that. So it was actually him who did that, and he has to come to terms with. This episode is dealing with John Jones coming to terms with him doing the unthinkable in Martian history. Martian rule or whatever, where you can't just erasing somebody's mind is like taking part of them, and that's a big no-no on Mars, and he did that, and he's dealing with that himself, and there's a big twist. So wait until the end of the episode. We're gonna talk about the big twist at the end of the end of this vid. So uh, they need help, so they call Lena to help with the DEO to help with Brainy, and Brainy's still dealing with Nia and all that stuff, and I get it, they're trying to do more plot, but it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on already, and we're doing all these other plot points and all that stuff. So they're getting Lena with the DEO to help her take down John's brother, and she's like, "Oh well, this is a good opportunity for me. I could do something with do the mind control on all these other people that she's working on." If you remember, links in the description. We'll talk about it in the last few episodes that I talked about. So it's she has her own intentions. She still hasn't told Kara. Kara still thinks that they're friends, but we all know that she has a secret motive. She kind of despised Kara now that she kept this secret for so long. So we don't know what she's gonna do. We know that she's very smart. She's very capable at what she's puts her mind to. So we're gonna be watching out for Lena in this series. So it's kind of like the backdoor villain, because we don't know that everybody else doesn't know she's what she's doing, but it's evil, and she knows that's wrong. Because if she knows it was not wrong, if she knew that it was a good thing, she would have told everybody. But she's not. She's committed to herself. She's the only one working on it, and so she needs John's brother to do this mind control thing on everybody and all that stuff, and so that's why she's kind of helping with the DL, and she's taking some stuff, and Brainy's dealing with Nia, and then Kara's dealing with the thing at Catco, and with the reporter, and then we find out that he's actually with the London Times or whatever, undercover with the see what the Rojas are doing. The Rojas is leader of the Cat, or she bought Catco from Lena, so she is I don't know, she's kind of suspicious, so he's investigating her, and then Kara knows about it now, so then she was kind of investigating what he was doing, because he kind of seems suspicious. Nia was investigating him as well, but she's Supergirl, she knows how to do all this other stuff, so investigating him, pictures right there, so you guys know what I'm talking about. And then, okay, so there's not much else going on in the episode, except John dealing with his brother and trying to fight him off, and then finding out that So there's and then the other plot point, yeah. So Jimmy and his sister are in their hometown, and they find out that there's corruption with this, in the whole town, that people are doing like 10 years for just petty crime, and that the newspaper's not doing anything because if they do something, that they're gonna spool sponsors and they're gonna be fired all the 30 people at the newspaper. So Jimmy's like, why you're not doing? Because it was like his mentor or whatever. That's where you got to start before he got to the Daily Plan and then Catco. So that's where he kind of got his start, and that's where he kind of, you know, that's where his mentor was and all that stuff for news reporting. So he kind of has a special place in his heart. So when he, before it wasn't like that, but now that they're older, that there's corruption, there's a jail right there that's, um, it's just corrupt. So they're just getting, have the town hostage. So if anybody, does anything to them, they're gonna pull money. So they're the only ones keeping them alive, but they're also the ones keeping them down as well. So they're just anarchy in the whole town where he's from. And later, after towards the end of the episode, we find out that he's gonna leave to his hometown, and he bought the newspaper place where the old newspaper place where he in his hometown. So he wants to fight, the man. He wants to bring down the corruption with the jail and all the corrupt, you know, probably city hall member, whatever, all those people in the city government kind of space. So he wants to bring all those people down and bring the jail down and all that stuff. And he's guardian, so he's probably gonna be guardian there. And he was gonna run for something, but I guess he's not gonna do that anymore since he's gonna be in his hometown now. So probably not gonna see him that much anymore. And ooh, there's other exciting news at the end. Keep watching. There's other exciting news after towards the end of the episode I'm gonna talk about. So all that set aside, so find out that um, also they try to fight what's his name, John Jones's brother Malvik or whatever his name is, and they try to send him back to the Phantom Zone, but the thing doesn't work, and Brainy has to fix it and all that stuff. So that's when they call Lena, and then towards the end, Lena fixes it, but we think that, oh, okay, so John was trying to get through his brother and all that stuff, and they defend him. They save um, Jimmy Olsen's sister, and that's when they're fighting Malvik, and John send them back to the Phantom Zone. So we think. So then we find out at the end of the episode, Lena programmed us so he doesn't go to the Phantom Zone. He goes to that cage in Lena's building where so she could study him, and because she knew that if that they wouldn't let her, DEO and Supergirl wouldn't just let her experiment on him, so he could get so she can continue her mind control powers to see the waves or whatever to override all this stuff with the brain and all that stuff. So she needed him. She needed to study him in peace, and so no one else knows. So that's why she had her plan to do that, and so she sent him instead of to the Phantom Zone. He goes. So everybody thinks that he's in the Phantom Zone, but he's actually at where is he? Oh, in LexCorp, and that's where Lena has him in her building, and she's going to do experiments on him, and so that's where she's like, okay, that's just big news. And the other big news is they're going to do a Superman and Lois Lane show. Finally, a good show idea, and finally they were talking about doing a Superman and Lois Lane show, and finally we're going to get it. So hopefully pretty soon we'll get that, because my reaction to Batwoman in the leaked description. I talk about what I feel about Batwoman in the last episode. Ooh. So, if you like this episode, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.